فمسرى الدموع لطول نواك. وأما اشتياقي لقرب الحمى فنار حياتي خبت في ضياك. ولست على شجوي يشكو الهوى، رضيت بما شئت لي في هداك. ولست على شجو يشكو الهوى، رضيت بما شئت لي في هداك. في هداك الهوى من عرفت هواك، وأبلغت قلبي عمن عداك. عرفت الهوى عرفت هواك، وأبلغت قلبي عمن عداك. وكنت أناجيك يا من تراك، يلهجي ولسنا نراك. أناجيك يا من تراك، يلهجي ولسنا نراك. ولسنا نراك.
شمس روحي وحي ربي، جنتي وحياة قلبي، فرحتي القرآن حبي، نور دربي وأماني.
شمس روحي وحي ربي، جنتي وحياة قلبي، فرحتي القرآن حبي، نور دربي وأماني.
مؤمن هادي سبيلي، أفضل الذكر دليلي، بينات محكمات حولت مجرى الزمان. مؤمن هادي سبيلي، أفضل الذكر دليلي، بينات محكمات حولت مجرى الزمان. حافظ حولي صحابي لمنا خير الكتاب، واقتداء بابن عوف في السباق إلى الجنان.
شمس روحي وحي ربي، جنتي وحياة قلبي،
فرحتي القرآن حبي، نور دربي وأماني. لا 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 لا. من إليه وجهوني وبحب علموني، شكرهم لي فيه فخر فلهم كل امتناني. من إليه وجهوني وبحب علموني، شكرهم لي فيه فخر فلهم كل امتناني. مسجد الغالي بن عوف، ملتقى العمل الدؤوبي، فيه رباني شيوخي وتلت وحيا لساني.
شمس روحي وحي ربي،
جنتي وحياة قلبي،
فرحتي القرآن حبي،
نور دربي وأماني. وحي خلاقي مساري مجمع القرآن داري فخر مسجدنا ابن عوف مجمع الرب كياني وحي خلاقي مساري مجمع القرآن داري فخر مسجدنا ابن عوف مجمع الرب كياني ها أنا زاد طموحي في حمى خير الصروح فيه إبداعي توالى وتنوع في اتزاني
شمس روحي وحي ربي جنتي وحياة قلبي فرحة القرآن حبي نور دربي وأماني
السلام عليكم All this time I've been waiting for the lady of my life. Thank you, my Allah, for sending me my wife. She's a blessing from the sky above, like Adam had Hawa. Alayhi salam, I pray to Allah. We can be here for each other every night and day. Even through the ups and downs, we could find a better day. Inshallah, you'll have my deen in every single way. Subhanallah, I wanna say, you're my wife, alhamdulillah. I will fight to protect you, inshallah. And we have Allah by our side. Inshallah, we will be together in Jannah, in Jannah, in Jannah, in Jannah. My wife, you're so unique. You're like a desert rose. I will always stand by your side through the highs and lows. Will you be my Khadijah, the Prophet's loving wife? Peace be upon him, and I pray to Allah. We can be here for each other every night and day. Even through the ups and downs, we could find a better day. Inshallah, you'll have my deen in every single way. Subhanallah, I wanna say, you're my wife, alhamdulillah. I will fight to protect you, inshallah. And we have Allah by our side. Inshallah, we will be together in Jannah. Inshallah, we'll live by what the Prophet said. Peace be upon him. That the greatest men in Islam are the ones who treat their wives best. You can always count on me. You can always talk to me. You know that I'll be there. You're my wife, alhamdulillah. I will fight to protect you, inshallah. Inshallah. And we have Allah by our side. Inshallah, we will be together in Jannah. Assalamu alaikum. The day has arrived. You waited and prayed for that day which would change your life. Your love's found a way on this beautiful day. It's the best day of your life. Inshallah, a day to celebrate. A special day with blessings all around. Let's raise our hands and pray to Allah. Barakallahu lakuma wa baraka alaykuma wa jama'a bainakuma fi khair. Ameen. We pray that you both grow in each other's love and do everything for the sake of Allah. Oh, love is a place where we can reside with happiness all our life. Inshallah, a day to celebrate, a special day with blessings all around. Let's raise our hands and pray to Allah. Barakallahu lakuma wa baraka alaykuma wa jama'a bainakuma fi khair. Ameen. Today two hearts have become one. Subhanallah, your love's begun. Zawajun mubarakun, Nikkah Barakallahu lakuma wa baraka alaykuma wa jama'a bainakuma fi khair. Barakallahu lakuma wa baraka alaykuma wa jama'a bainakuma fi khair. Ameen.
Praise Allah for sending me you, my love. You found your home, it's here with me, and I'm here with you. Now let me let you know, you've opened my heart. I was always thinking that love was wrong, but everything was changed when you came along. Oh, and there's a couple of words I wanna say. For the rest of my life, I'll be with you. I'll stay by your side, honest and true, to the end of my time. I'll be loving you for the rest of my life, through days and nights. I'll thank Allah for opening my eyes, now and forever. In my heart, I feel so blessed when I think of you, and I ask Allah to bless all we do. You're my wife and my friend and my strength, and I pray we're together in Jannah. Oh, now I found myself, I feel so strong. Yes, everything was changed when you came along. Oh, there's a couple of words I wanna say. For the rest of my life, I'll be with you, I'll stay by your side, honest and true to the end of my time. I'll be loving you for the rest of my life, through days and nights. I'll thank Allah for opening my eyes, now and forever. I'll be there for you. I know it deep in my heart, and now that you're here in front of me, I strongly feel love. And I have no doubt, and I sing it loud, that I will love you eternally. I'll be loving you for the rest of my life, through days and nights. I'll thank Allah for opening my eyes, now and forever. I'll be there for you. I know it deep in my heart. For the rest of my life, I'll be with you, I'll stay by your side, honest and true to the end of my time. I'll be loving you for the rest of my life, through days and nights. I'll thank Allah for opening my eyes, now and forever. I'll be there for you. I know it deep in my heart. I feel so blessed when I think of you, and I ask Allah to bless all we do. We're here on this special day, our hearts are full of pleasure, a day that brings the two of you close together. We're gathered here to celebrate a moment you'll always treasure. We ask Allah to make your love last forever. Let's raise our hands and make dua like the Prophet taught us, and with one voice let's all say, 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 Barakallahu lakuma wa baraka alaykuma wa jama'a baynakuma fi khair. Barakallahu lakuma wa baraka alaykuma wa jama'a baynakuma fi khair. From now you'll share all your joys, through hardships support each other, together worshiping Allah, seeking His pleasure. We pray that He will fill your life with happiness and blessings, and grant you kids who make your home filled with laughter. Let's raise our hands and make dua like the Prophet taught us, and with one voice let's all say, 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 Barakallahu lakuma wa baraka alaykuma wa jama'a baynakuma fi khair. Barakallahu lakuma wa baraka alaykuma wa jama'a baynakuma fi khair. حبهما. الله صل وسلم على رسول الله. الله تب علينا، الله ارضى عنا، الله اهد خطانا على سنة نبينا. Let's raise our hands and make dua like the Prophet taught us, and with one voice let's all say, 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 بارك الله لكما وبارك عليكما وجمع بينكما في خير. بارك الله لكما وبارك عليكما وجمع بينكما في خير. بارك الله لكما وبارك عليكما وجمع بينكما في خير. بارك الله لكما وبارك عليكما وجمع بينكما في خير. We're here on this special day. Our hearts are full of pleasure. A day that brings the two of you close together. We're gathered here to celebrate a moment you'll always
My best times were when I felt close to you. Everything fell apart the moment I strayed from smile in every single sigh, every minute detail, traces of you I found there. Wherever you are, I'll find you, 'cause you're the one I turn to. Wherever you are, I'll find you, 'cause you're the one I turn to. Wherever you be, I'll be with you, 'cause you're the one my heart is to. I need you. زمان الغريب قليل السكن، والليل الوحيد كثير الشجن. وحيث تكون سوف آتي، لأنك أنت اختيار حياتي. وحيث تكون سوف آتي، لأنك أنت اختيار حياتي. وحيث تريد وجودي يجود، فأنت كلامي عند سكاتي.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. If we can start taking your seats, please. We're about to commence proceedings. Thank you. Paparazzi already here.
The world will sleep, but hunger will not wait. For promises we made.
Love, a word so special,
share one
never
soul.
defined, not confined. It knows no bounds, and it's always around. Love of that kind overcomes all strife. It's the kind that truly comes along only once in a life. Love is grateful.
We
It is kind and beautiful. Love is patient. It is committed and dutiful. Love builds trust. And in us, love brings out our best. Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to the Nikkah ceremony of Tahir and Heena, a celebration of the love and union between two people and two families. My name is Fatima Danani, sister of the bride.
Assalamu alaikum all. My name is Raz Jiwa, cousin of Mr. Tahir Jamal, and very proud older cousin of Tahir, and see the wonderful man he's become. It's really been a pleasure to spend all these days with yourselves and the Danani family. It's been fantastic today. Looking forward to it. Today, as Fatima mentioned, we are co-MCs for the event, and we look forward to giving you an enjoyable and involved time as we continue, and most importantly, celebrate the union of Tahir and Heena. We'll just kick off with a quick phrase, or should I say, something that had resonated with me a long time ago when I got married, and it's from a Lebanese poet called Khalil Gibran. And he talks about love. Love is the only freedom in the world because it so elevates the spirit that the laws of humanity and the phenomena of nature cannot alter its course. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiraz. We'll begin the program with a recitation of Hadith Kisa by Ali Mohsen Kimji.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. عن جابر بن عبد الله الأنصاري عن فاطمة الزهراء عليه السلام بنت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله قال: سمعت فاطمة أنها قالت: دخل علي أبي رسول الله في بعض الأيام فقال: السلام عليك يا فاطمة. فقلت: عليك السلام. قال: إني أجد في بدني ضعفا. فقلت له: أعيدك بالله يا أبتا من الضعف. فقال: يا فاطمة ائتيني بالكساء اليماني فغطيني به. فأتيته بالكساء اليماني فغطيته به وسرت أنظر إليه وإذا وجهه يتلألأ كأنه البدر في ليلة تمامه وكماله. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسن عليه السلام قد أقبل وقال: السلام عليك يا أماه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال: يا أماه إني أشم عند رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جد رسول الله. فقلت: نعم إن جدك تحت الكساء. فأقبل الحسن نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه يا رسول الله. أتأذن لي أن أدخل معك تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا صاحب حوضي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل معه تحت الكساء فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسين قد أقبل وقال: السلام عليك يا أماه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال لي: يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. فقلت: نعم إن جدك وأخاك تحت الكساء. فدني الحسين نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه، السلام عليك يا من اختار الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ فقال وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا شافع أمتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل معهما تحت الكساء. فأقبل عند ذلك أبو الحسن علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام، وقال السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله. فقلت وعليك السلام يا أبا الحسن ويا أمير المؤمنين. فقال يا فاطمة إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة أخي وابن عمي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. فقلت نعم، ها هو مع ولديك تحت الكساء. فأقبل علي نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال له وعليك السلام يا أخي ويا وصي وخليفتي وصاحب لوائي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل علي تحت الكساء، ثم أتيت نحو الكساء وقلت السلام عليك يا أبتا يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال وعليتي ويا بضعتي قد أذنت لك. فدخلت تحت الكساء، فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء أخذ أبي رسول الله بطرف الكساء وأومأ بيده اليمنى إلى السماء وقال اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وحامتي، لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي، يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم. أنا حرب لمن حاربهم وسلم لمن سالمهم وعدو لمن عاداهم ومحب لمن أحبهم. إنهم مني وأنا منهم، فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم، وأذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. فقال الله عز وجل يا ملائكتي ويا سكان سماواتي، إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئة ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. فقال الأمين جبرائيل: يا ربي ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل: هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة، هم فاطمة وأبوها وبعلها وبنوها. اللهم صل. فقال جبرائيل: يا رب، أتأذن لي أن أهبط إلى الأرض لكون معهم سادسا؟ فقال الله: نعم، قد أذنت لك. فهبط الأمين جبرائيل وقال: السلام عليك يا رسول الله العلي الأعلى، يقرعك السلام، يخصك بالتحية والإكرام، ويقول لك: وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدهية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئة ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم، وكذا أذن لي أن أدخل معكم، فهل تأذن لي يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم؟ فقال رسول الله: وعليك السلام يا أمين وحي الله، إنه نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل جبرائيل معنا تحت الكساء، فقال لأبي: إن الله قد أوحى إليكم يقول: إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. فقال علي لأبي: يا رسول الله، أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل عند الله. فقال النبي: والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا، ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا. فقال علي: إذا والله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. فقال النبي ثاني: يا علي، والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا، ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا وفيهم مهموم إلا وفرج الله همه ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غمه ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجته. فقال علي إذا والله فزنا وسعدنا وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وسعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة. اللهم صل على رحم الله سورة المباركة الفاتحة.
Thank you very much, Ali Mohsin, for that beautiful recitation. The next speaker we have is Tahir's dear cousin, Sumaya. As Sumaya is walking up, perhaps I'll say a couple of words. It's pretty difficult, given how amazing she is, but nevertheless, you will all know her, perhaps from yesterday, when her claim to fame was designing and bringing all those T-shirts for Team Tahir, that no doubt was our secret weapon in overwhelmingly winning yesterday. We look forward to the rebattle in London or in Vancouver, your choice. Auntie Arifa, you can choose that one. Let me pass on to Sumaya.
Thank you. Surah Shams, chapter 91, the sun. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. By the sun and its brightness, and the moon as it follows it, and the day as it unveils it, and the night as it conceals it, and by the heaven and the one who built it, and the earth and the one who spread it, and by the soul and the one who fashioned it, then with the knowledge of right and wrong inspired it. Successful indeed is the one who purifies their soul, and doomed is the one who corrupts it. Thamud rejected the truth out of arrogance, when the most wicked of them was roused to kill the she-camel. But the Messenger of Allah warned them, do not disturb Allah's camel, and turn her to drink. Still they defied him and slaughtered her. So their Lord crushed them for their crime, leveling all to the ground. He has no fear of consequences. Salawat.
Thank you very much, Sumaya, for that wonderful recitation. Moving on swiftly, I'd like to request a very long-standing close friend of Uncle Munawar and the family, Sheikh Arif, to say a few words and give a talk titled Marriage Within the Faith Tradition as a Means of the Completion of the Human Journey. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be with you all. Good afternoon, and of course, if I've forgotten any other traditional greeting, then forgive me for that, but namaste, sasrikal, and we are all speaking the same language in any case. I am delighted to be a part of this wonderful occasion that sees the union of two such wonderful, radiant and beautiful souls. Heena I have known for a very, very long time. And those of us who know her, we can vouch that no one can fail to feel the innocence of her soul and the beauty of her personality as it touches us all at the core of our being. But same with Tahir. I just got introduced to him last night, and I feel as if his soul is at utmost parity with that of Heena's, radiating gloriously with warmth and welcoming. In terms of today's brief talk, marriage in Islam or in any faith tradition is not something that has to be seen as an introduction by faith. Marriage is a human custom, and its rights and wrongs are dictated by humanity. However, within the faith tradition, what we add to marriage is the presence of God, the most beloved, our ultimate calling. You see, the union of two people within religion is not coming together of two bodies or two minds. It is the coming together of two souls and two spirits in the presence of the light of all lights. They commence the journey with each other to liberation and inner freedom from restrictions imposed through the body and through the bodily, and to arrive at those glorious pedestals of godliness where they begin to resemble their divine author, the light untarnished. The mistake we make within our lives is that we associate with our bodies. And this is the thing about life, that we arrive into this world within a fetus, and before we know it, we associate with the body and everything that goes with the body. Neither are we male nor females. We do not belong to ethnicities nor cultures. Religions are for the bodies, to organize the affairs of the bodies. We are beyond it all. We are not white or black, rich or poor. We are not sick or well. These are the properties of our bodies. What a great shame that the breath of God awakens in this world and leaves this world without realizing who they are. Marriage is that unique opportunity for people concealed within the veils of the body and religion and culture in all these discriminations to break through, to arrive at their own glorious state. I ask myself, and even if God were to give me the kingdom of Solomon, what has He given me? The creator of the billions of galaxies that we see above ourselves. How petty a reward is the kingdom of Solomon. And then I think again, that even if He were to give me His creation at large, what has He given me? I have received nothing until I find He Himself. But the whole idea is that this God is not to be found neither in this world, nor in the Kaaba, nor on the throne. He awaits reception deep within. The one we yearn outside awaits us from within. As human beings, being tied up in this world and the properties of this world, the constant aggression, the fighting, the competition as to who is better and whose religion is more profound and more correct, we become pretentious beings. Do you not see? When have we ever breathed the breath of a free person? Before you stands a person who you have constructed and who is playing up to your demands. It is nothing but a show. All of us have been caught up in this role play. And before we know it, we assume we are the actors. Coming together of two souls is a unique opportunity to free ourselves of this bondage and to begin to breathe the breaths of free people. That is why the Quran states that He has made you garments for each other. And our ulama express this sentiment, that our garments conceal our blemishes and present the best of us to the onlooker by bringing the best out in us. However, the analogy is a very deep one. For whilst the garments display the best of us to the onlooker, simultaneously the garments embrace us with all our defects and our blemishes. And that is the secret. When two people come together through the bond of love, they have accepted each other as they are. And as soon as we are accepted as we are, we begin to awaken. No longer is a pretentious person conducting life, but a real human being has taken birth. Now they can be themselves with all their flaws and all their weaknesses. It is because of this, within faith traditions, marriage is seen as a form of schooling. The two people are told within religion that you need not hide away from each other. You need not pretend to each other. Be yourselves. Strike a level of comfort through that companionship and that friendship and understanding where you can talk like friends. Do not try to mold each other's characters or personalities. Do not overpower each other. Do not subdue each other. Allow each other to grow through each other. The Blessed Prophet said to the female, make no mistake, the man that you're marrying may appear a grown person, but within that grown person is a child. And God has endowed you naturally with a motherly, caring instinct. The first person who requires this nurturing deep within is the man that you're marrying. He said to the man, your bride may be the empress of her time, but within her is a need to know that you will provide for her and protect her. Through that you shall earn her respect, and through that shall she begin to bloom and grow. The Prophet said to a man, forego the inadequacies of your wife. He said to the female, bear his defects, for in that you will grow, and through that shall you procure the blessings of God. The Prophet said to a man, he said, there is nothing more effective than for you to shower your bride with unrestricted gestures of love. And more than any gift that you can give, touch her soul with soft, affectionate, loving words. For that will enliven her and will do more for her than anything else that you can do for her. I still need to get through a few more lines, so you better pay attention. And I am known to continue my talks if I find my people, my audience are not paying attention. Let that be a promise. So you see, as human beings, we are very much guarded and private within. We are actually intolerant, very arrogant, very egoistic, very insecure. This is what we are. No matter what facade we display, within there is another story. Beneath the exterior calm is nothing but turbulence and confusion. When two people come together, what happens is that from intolerant people, they begin to tolerate. After tolerating, they begin to accept each other for what they are. After accepting, they begin to celebrate their differences. From people motivated by greed and gain, they begin to find pleasure in giving. From creatures of comfort who do not want to lose their sleep, when God bestows them with children, they lose their sleep willingly whilst their children sleep. Ask a mother who has been nursing her sick child. When the child becomes better, "Oh, maid of God, what reward shall we give to you for this care?" She will say, "O Lord, can there be a greater reward for me than the restoration of the health of my child? Even your paradise will not suffice for me." Everything within is transformed. And when God blesses them with children, their complexion, the crookedness of their noses, nothing matters anymore. The whole yardstick of beauty is changed from people who discriminated at one point through features, through complexions, through colors, now are becoming free. Think about this carefully. The one who has created black has created white. He is neither white nor black, yet both are his colors. Think about this carefully. I am a Muslim, you are a Christian, he is a Hindu. The one we worship through these religions at once is without religion altogether. Is he not? All religions are means to him. He is without religion, isn't he? We go to Kaaba or to the temple or to Jerusalem. We go in different directions to the one who has no direction. And yet every direction converges upon him. When we begin to flow and grow, we begin to become God-like. And we reach that pinnacle of humanity where we have achieved the only thing that needs to be attained, and that is the completion of our godly light. We come to a stage where now the children of our world are the family of God, and God's children and our children. As we feed ourselves, we think of our human family. As we care for our children, we care for the children of our human family. If a marriage can bring about all of this, and that is what marriage is supposed to bring about, then indeed it is a successful marriage. Finally, the Prophet has said that after marriage, a person's devotion is multiplied in grades. Now, Gabriel does not come and sprinkle dust on the night of marriage. What happens is that the soul finds contentment. As they find contentment, the concern of the world becomes meaningless. And they begin to embrace God and godliness. And this is what the Quranic verse says, that He has created for you from yourselves spouses in whom you find rest and comfort. How strange is the story of a human being. We conquer the heavens. We delve into the depths of the seas. We worship God. Yet there is no peace in there. We can't even find sleep at night. But once the soul is touched deep within with love, it begins to come in a state of calm and ease. The verse says, He has created reciprocal love between you two. And the culmination of this process is that you become merciful without wanting. Like God, you give incessantly and without restriction. The Nikkah ceremony, as you are aware, consists of acknowledging God's bounties, committing to His unity, seeking the blessings of God to be showered upon the Blessed Prophet and his family and all his righteous servants. After that is a recitation of the verse of the Quran in which God commands unmarried men and women to get married. And furthermore, the Quran promises that let them not fear poverty, for God will make them needless through His abundance. After that is a recitation of the statement of the Blessed Prophet in which he states that marriage is my conduct, do not be averse to my conduct. After that, there is a statement from the first beloved Imam in which he states, he who marries has indeed safeguarded a portion of his faith. He didn't finish the hadith in terms of the way we understand it today. The other portion should be safeguarded by the mother-in-law. And I see you're not getting my... Never mind. At this point then, the bride makes an offer of marriage and the groom accepts the offer of marriage, and we pray for them at this point. For the hadith states, Allah listens to all prayers. So we pray for them, their happiness, prosperity, pray for the deceased, pray for our world, pray for the well-being of humanity. Once this part is done, then I shall pray for the couple. I will perform the Arabic ceremony, then Heena will make the offer of marriage, Tahir will accept, and then I shall pray for the couple.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Arif, for that very insightful talk. I'm sure everyone was certainly hearing a number of things from that talk that we will take away with us. So thank you very much for that. Now, if I could kindly request the man of the moment, the one and only Tahir, to come up on stage, please.
From the very beginning, Heena has been the glue that has kept this family so close-knit. If you know her, then you know she has a heart of gold and a love so endless. She loves deeply and gives freely. She is the essence of what family means, and without her, our family wouldn't be whole. It is in this same spirit of love and light that has brought us all here today, friends, family, and loved ones. I ask you to stand to welcome our sister, daughter, niece, aunt, and friend today as a beautiful bride.
Today's just the beginning of a forever beyond time. I'm so lucky to call you my husband for forever, for life. As I walk down the aisle, and forever and in life, I can't wait to be your wife. You'll be my favorite catch, and forever and in life. Today's just the beginning.
Please be seated. In the presence of Allah and in the presence of all of you gathered here today, and may this occasion also witness the presence of all those who have gone before us from the two families. May Allah have allowed them to be here today and grace this occasion and witness this wonderful union. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله إقرارا بنعمتي، ولا إله إلا الله إخلاصا لوحدانيتي، وصلى الله على خير بريتي محمد وعلى الأصفياء من عترتي وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وكان من فضل الله على الأنام أن أغناهم بالحلال عن الحرام، حيث قال في كتابه المجيد وفرقانه الحميد وقوله الحق وهو أصدق القائلين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأنكحوا الأيام منكم والصالحين من عبادكم وإيمائكم إن يكونوا فقراء يغنيهم الله من فضله والله واسع عليم. صدق الله مولانا العلي العظيم. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: النكاح من سنتي فمن رغب عن سنتي فليس مني. صدق رسول الله. وقال مولانا علي بن أبي طالب عليه الصلاة والسلام: من تزوج فقد أحرز نصف ديني فليتق الله في نصف الآخر. Soon I shall ask Heena to make the proposal of Nikkah to Tahir, and then Tahir will accept. Bismillah wa billah wa ala millati Rasulillah wa sunnati wa kitabillah. Heena, Bismillah.
أنا هينا بنت منور الدناني أنكحت نفسي بك يا طاهر ابن قربان جمال على المهر المعلوم.
Tahir, Bismillah.
أنا طاهر ابن قربان جمال قبلت نكاح بك يا هينا بنت منور على مهر معلوم.
MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah, and congratulations to both. Let us pray for the couple. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma inna nasaluka bismika ya Allah, wa nasaluka bismik ya Rahman, wa bi asma'ika al-husna, wa nas'aluka bi anbiya'ika wa bi ibadika as-salihin, wa nasaluka bi Muhammadin وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم ألف بينهما كما ألفت بين آدم وحواء، وألف بينهما كما ألفت بين إبراهيم وبين سارة، وألف بينهما كما ألفت بين محمد المصطفى وبين خديجة الكبرى، وألف بينهما كما ألفت بين علي المرتضى وبين فاطمة الزهراء، صلواتك وسلامك عليهم أجمعين. اللهم اجعلهما من عبادك الصالحين وارزقهما أولادا أطهارا أبرارا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Congratulations.
Please, and Tahir and Heena, I'd like to invite the bride and groom to. Sorry. Congratulations, Tahir and Heena, and both of the Nani and Jamal families. And I'd like to invite the bride and groom to please come congratulate the parents.
عرفت الهوى من عرفت هواك وأغلقت قلبي عمن عداك عرفت الهوى من عرفت هواك وأغلقت قلبي عمن عداك وقمت أناجيك يا من ترى خفايا القلوب ولسنا نراك وقمت أناجيك يا من ترى خفايا القلوب ولسنا نراك ولسنا نراك أحبك حبين حب الهوى وحبا لأنك أهل لذاك فأما الذي هو حب الهوى فشغلي بذكرك عمن سواك وأما الذي أنت أهل له فكشفك للحجب حتى أراك فلا الحمد فيه ولا ذاك لي ولكن لك الحمد في ذا وذاك فلا الحمد في ذا ولا ذاك لي ولكن لك الحمد في ذا وذاك في ذا وذاك عرفت الهوى من عرفت هواك وأغلقت قلبي عمن عداك عرفت الهوى من عرفت هواك وأغلقت قلبي عمن عداك وقمت أناجيك يا من ترى
Thank you very much. Can we, with a huge round of applause, congratulate the beautiful couple? Lots of cheers. Standing ovations, guys. Come on. Standing ovations, please. Excellent, excellent. Please be seated now. Please be seated. Congratulations to all the families. Mr. and Mrs. Jamal. I hope I'm privileged to say I'm the first person to say that. I have to say you guys look absolutely radiant. It was spectacular. I haven't seen anything like that before, so certainly trailblazing in the way I think Heena likes to do things. So you've certainly ticked that box. What I can say is I think we're all incredibly excited about what you guys are going to achieve together, the adventure of life that you will enjoy. Seeing how excited you are right now. I've been married 14 years, and I can convincingly say marriage gets better with time. So really looking forward to seeing you over the course of the next 20 years. We should be hearing cheers about that, gentlemen, please. We can Zoom my wife later on this evening. With that said, I just thought I would mention perhaps one thing before we have some very, I was told that Heena's favorite human in the world, Mr. Saju, was going to be coming up, and I will call you up in a moment. So I was asked to introduce him as her favorite human in the world. I'd like to think that might be second favorite human in the world after Tahir, perhaps. Okay, fine. Saju, well done. You're still number one. So perhaps before I hand over to the new king in town, what I will say is there's just one thing I wanted to share, and that is about soulmates. When I saw you guys, and I've known Heena for about, I don't know, 67 hours, something along those lines. And I have to say, in spite of only knowing her for 67 hours and this whole family, I feel like we've been cousins for a long, long time. So it's great to have another younger cousin. But when I saw the both of you together, I realized instantly you are soulmates. And one of the things I just wanted to recite, it's one sentence, so I'll keep it very brief. It's actually from the Quran, because when I was researching, about soulmates and love and all the things you do, I guess, many years ago, perhaps when you were a teenager, this is the thing that came to mind. And there's a very specific verse in the Quran from Surah Al-Araf, chapter 7, verse 189. And it says, "It is He who created you from a single soul and made its mate of like nature in order that you might dwell with her in love." And I think that's so apt for you both. So congratulations. And now I'll pass over to Shavu. Or Saju, sorry. I've got to get all these S's right. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Saju. And with that, Heena and Tahir, you are now again officially married. We'll move on to the next part of the ceremony, which is the ring ceremony. And I'd like to invite Heena's niece and nephew, Zoya and Ali Baba, to present the rings.
أشتاق شوقين شوق النوى وشوقا لقرب الخلي من حماك فأما الذي هو شوق النوى فمسرى الدموع لطول نواك وأما اشتياقي لقرب الحمى فنار حياتي خبت في ضياك ولست على شجو يشكو الهوى رضيت بما شئت لي في هداك ولست على شجو يشكو الهوى رضيت بما شئت لي في هداك في هداك عرفت هواك وأغلقت قلبي عمن عداك عرفت الهوى عرفت الهواك وأغلقت قلبي عمن
وسيدي المصطفى هو قدوتي وكفاه ومن غدا ذكره لحنا بكل
I've been told he's young, talented, gifted with a voice that transcends continents. So certainly looking forward to hearing his performance. And you got the medal of the entire
حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله لو مر في مسمع طه جرت أدمعي وانفاض شوقي له
Can we all recite the salawat together?
لو مر في مسمع طه جرت أدمعي وفاض شوقي له وحل في أضلعي
United salawat.
قلبي فداك وأنرت دربي هداك وكنت لي سيدي نورا أضاء المدى نورا أضاء المدى
जो आ रहा वही खुदा वही खुदा वही खुदा वही खुदा नजर भी रखे समाते भी वो जान लेता है नियतें भी जो खाना शऊर में जगमगा रहा है वही खुदा है वही खुदा है वही खुदा है तलाश उसको न कर बुतों में वो है बदलती हुई रुतों में जो दिन को रात और रात को दिन बना रहा है वही खुदा है वही खुदा है वही खुदा है कोई तो है जो निज़ाम हस्ती चला रहा है वही खुदा है दिखाई भी जो न दे नजर भी दिखाई भी जो न दे नजर भी जो आ रहा है वही खुदा है वही खुदा है वही खुदा On this beautiful occasion, if we can have another huge round of applause for the beautiful couple. Also, I wanted to drink the water, so लड़का है खुदा के घर का, लड़की है नबी के घर की, वो अर्ज़ समा का मालिक, ये मलका बहरोबर की, ज़मीर अक्सा ज़मीर अक्सा है रक्सा, आसमां भी अली के साथ है, ज़हरा की शादी अली के साथ है, ज़हरा की शादी। हैदर है कुल्ले ईमान और कुल्ले इस्मत ज़हरा, उस सर पे वफा का सहरा, इस सर पे हया का सहरा, वो शहजादा वो शहजादा है और ये शाहजादी अली के साथ है, ज़हरा की शादी अली के साथ है, ज़हरा की शादी। बारात चली हैदर की रहमत के साए साए, बारात के आगे आगे कुरान कसीदे गाए, नबी सारे चले बन कर बराती, अली के साथ है, ज़हरा की शादी। और कैसे हो बयां वो मंजर जब ख़त्म हुई सब रस्में, कौनैन की हर शै गौहर कहती थी खाकर कसमें, मुबारक है मुबारक है मुबारक है ये शादी, अली के साथ है, ज़हरा की शादी अली के साथ है, ज़हरा की शादी। सभी खुश हैं सभी खुश हैं, खुदाई भी खुदा भी अली के साथ है, ज़हरा की शादी अली के साथ है, ज़हरा की शादी। Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kamel, for that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful recitation. Thank you. The next person I'd like to call up to the stage is the beautiful Farah Jamal, young lady with a heart of gold, and of course Tahir's younger sister. Please.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Farah, Tahir's favorite sister. I'm probably Tahir's favorite sister because I'm his one and only sister. But even if Tahir had another sister, I would still be his favorite sister. Though after hearing this, I'm not sure that will change. From my side, I'm so glad that I have only one brother to do a speech for. I don't enjoy public speaking, and I would not be doing this for just anyone, and I wanted to take this opportunity, so here I go. I'm so glad we are finally here to celebrate Tahir and Heena. Even though we had a rough few years because of COVID, nothing stopped Tahir and Heena from falling in love and now being here together with friends and family. Tahir, I'm sure you'll probably listen to Heena and not to me from now on. So I'll be taking this chance to lay out your dirty laundry in my speech today. Listen well. Heena, I hope you know what you just committed to only a few minutes ago. Tahir has always played an important role in my life and to our family and has always been there for all of us. He is so important to us that when I was a toddler, my first word was Thadi. I couldn't pronounce Tahir, so I called him Thadi, which became my nickname in our family as it was the only word that I knew. If someone said hello to me, I would respond and say, "Hi, Thadi." My cousin Sukaina would have fun with the fact that this was the only word I could say. She would ask me, "Farah, who made a mess here?" I would respond, "Thadi." And Tahir would reply, "No, it wasn't me. I didn't do it." Everyone had a good laugh and did this quite often. When Tahir was young, he would always like to take things apart and put it back together just to see how his gadgets and toys operated. There was one time where Tahir took apart our radio and could never put it back together again. Mom was so upset about the radio and told him to not take things apart ever again. But of course, Tahir being Tahir would continue to do this to all his toys and to anything that had batteries in it. So Heena, do not trust Tahir with your electronics. When we would play Lego together, I would want to build a Lego house like the one on the Lego box. However, Tahir, of course, didn't want to build a Lego house. Instead, Tahir would grab my Lego pieces from me just so that he could build a pulley system with a string rod and a hook attached to the string so that he could use it to lift up the small Lego pieces and pile them up together. I had to watch him do this every single time we played with Lego, and I never got to build that Lego house I always wanted. Tahir has a degree in chemistry and is a few months away from graduating as a certified accountant. One would conclude that Tahir, sorry, just a second. One would conclude that Tahir is great with numbers. However, you are gravely mistaken. If you were to ask Tahir, what is 7 times 4? He will not be able to answer you. Tahir, by the way, the answer is 28. He would not be sleeping. He cannot do simple math, but he can solve complex chemistry, calculus, and other math problems, which always astounded me. Over the past few days, Heena has introduced Tahir to many of you. In case you're wondering, he's definitely already forgotten your name. Here's the thing. Tahir's never good at remembering names, and if you introduce him to someone, he'll forget their name the moment he hears it. If I ever mention in passing about someone who is related to us, Tahir will always ask me who I was talking about, and I would literally have to explain to him in detail how someone is related to us. So Heena, if you ever want to know how someone is related to us, I'm your go-to girl. No, don't trust him. And be prepared to give Tahir a briefing about who he is about to meet every time you go to an event. And to all of you here and Heena, if Tahir ever forgets your name, do not take it personally. Before Tahir met Heena, he had seen many potentials. And whenever I would ask Tahir if I could see a picture of the girl he was seeing, I would always look at it and say, "Sorry, Tahir, I don't think she's the one for you." My conclusions always ended up being true. When Tahir initially started talking to Heena, I asked him if I could see a picture of her. I saw the picture for a few seconds, gave it back to him, and said, "She's the one." Tahir and Mom looked at me and laughed it off. There was something different about Heena, and we all saw this the more they started talking and spending time with each other. Heena was all that Tahir spoke about, and we would hear Tahir speaking to Heena on FaceTime almost 24/7. Whenever we would see Tahir, he was glued to his phone and would always smile while texting Heena, so we always knew how often they talked, which was nonstop. Whenever Tahir came home from work, we would see him FaceTiming with Heena as he entered the house. They called each other when they would wake up in the morning and before going to bed at night in both time zones, Dar and Vancouver. Tahir had even sent Heena 3-month anniversary flowers. Mom thought it was too early to send anniversary flowers and was worried that Tahir was going to get hurt. Because I am always right, I knew Tahir and Heena were meant to be. When Heena and her family visited us in Vancouver last Christmas, I felt like our families had known each other for years. All of them are such lovely people and have the kindest, most selfless personalities I have ever met. Every part of the puzzle seemed to be in place as Tahir's life journey led him to Heena. I truly believe that this was the result of a divine force, which is Allah, who brought these two souls together. Tahir, I know that you had to grow up fast, given certain circumstances. You have always been there for me, from helping me with my math homework from school. Well, only the complex math ones. Taking care of Mom and Dad. Being there to listen to me whenever I'm upset. Teaching me how to walk when I was a toddler, to teaching me how to drive when I was 17. You are my best friend, my advisor, my go-to person, and I always look up to you. Our family would not be where we are today if it wasn't for you. Me, Mom, and Dad are so proud of the man that you have become today. Tahir is a rock in our family, and Heena, I'm sure you already know this, even though he is a rock. When you get to know Tahir, he really is a marshmallow inside. He is warm, generous, kind, and very empathetic. He is someone you can always count on because he'll always be there for you and fight for you. Heena, my family, and I could not have asked Allah for a better wife for our Tahir because you are both perfect for each other. So Heena, I now give you this rock of our family. And if you take good care of it, you will discover a diamond. On behalf of my family and I, we welcome you with open arms.
Whew, Farah, you got me in tears too. Wow. Thank you so much for those beautiful words and for showing us the golden heart that Tahir truly is and we've also come to love. I'd like to now invite up Heena's brother Ali and her nephew and favorite human in the world, Saju, to say a few words on her behalf.
gonna stand. Stand, face everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. First, Saju is going to start us off with a joke and a riddle.
You will see two of me when you attend the wedding. I'm not a bride, I'm not a groom. Who am I? Rings. And there's a second answer. Asajad Rashid. What are the three rings of marriage? The engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffering.
Well done. I will give Heena a hug. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining us for the very anticipated Tamal wedding. Heena is the youngest of my three sisters and closest to me in age. So it goes without saying that most of my childhood memories are filled with her. Now, most of them are good, but of course, some of them are funny and most of them are annoying. I will always remember Heena for our school drives, petty fights, and fighting over chores. While most of our family always know us as the two who will always fight, Heena was always the kindest sister. Let me use her stuff and tie my tie, except that one time we all know about. Tahir, I will say this and only this. Only me and Ilham are allowed to bully our sister. You're marrying one of the kindest human beings I know to exist, and I hope you cherish that and your marriage together. Welcome to the family, and we look forward to countless trips and weddings with you in the future. Heena, this is a unique wedding. Literally, every member of the family has contributed their talents, time, and resources to make this happen. All this is attributed to you. You have always gone above and beyond for everyone in this family. You have been there for the best of times and, more importantly, when things get rough. You bring everyone together, and even though it mostly annoys me how much you make everything a social event, it has been some of our greatest memories for all of us. I know your presence will be dearly missed, as life is literally about to change for everyone. While I know you're going far away physically, if there is anyone who can make it seem like nothing has changed, it would be you. I'm sure you will still find ways to keep our family close, and I'm sure you're going to get a Zoom membership finally. Heena, thank you for everything you do and have done for me. As I was putting on my tie today for the wedding, I realized I still don't know how to tie a tie because you're always there. We are all so dependent on you for the smallest of things, and today, as you embark on your life, I'm certain you will take all these values and spread joy and love in your new family, as you always did in ours. Lastly, I would like to thank my extended family and all our friends. Each and every one of you have gone above and beyond for Heena, and I'm sure she's very appreciative of your hard work and the tremendous amount of time you have put into this wedding. Yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. As we come to the end of our program, I'd like to take a minute to talk about a few people who aren't here with us today. To Tahir and Heena, I just want to say, I know Nanima, Marzianti, Sugama, and Takibapa aren't here with us today.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm just going to take over from here. I didn't write these words, but they came from Fatima. To the both of you, I just want to take a moment to say, I know Nanima, Sugrama, and Takibapa aren't here with us today, but you can be sure that they're celebrating this special moment wherever they are. Know that they share their love and guidance in spirit, and wherever they are, they're watching over you.
And if we could kindly request Surah Fatiha for the grandparents, all the grandparents of Tahir and Heena, please. Okay, if we can request, I believe it's Ali Mohsen coming for ziyarat, if that's correct. Excellent. So we'll do ziyarat, and then we will do some closing words thereafter. Thank you very much.
السلام عليك يا مولاي يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا علي يا ابن أبي طالب. السلام عليك يا مولاتي يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا مولاي حسن المجتبى. السلام عليك يا مولاي أبا عبد الله الحسين. السلام عليك يا مولاي علي بن الحسين زين العابدين. السلام عليك يا مولاي محمد الباقر. السلام عليك يا مولاي جعفر الصادق. السلام عليك يا مولاي موسى الكاظم. السلام عليك يا مولاي علي الرضا. السلام عليك يا مولاي محمد الجواد. السلام عليك يا مولاي علي الهادي. السلام عليك يا مولاي حسن العسكري. السلام عليك يا مولاي صاحب العصر والزمان. الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. عجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل الله تعالى مخرجه وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you. If we could kindly return to your seats, please. I think the most important thing we first do is give the lovely MC, Fatima Danani, a huge round of applause, please. Yeah?
Thank you, Shiraz.
It's my pleasure. So I think we'll do some closing words. Should I go for a few and then if you want as well, perhaps? Okay, fine. Please take a seat, both of you. You're the bride and groom. You're not allowed to stand, surely, after your vows. Okay, fine. So maybe a bit of lightheartedness to close with, and then I guess it's just Fatima and I that are the barrier between you and food thereafter. So we'll be, super rapid. One of the things that I did when I landed whenever it was on Friday morning, and I came to the dinner on Friday evening, I sort of cornered a few people. Brothers, sisters, cousins. I mean, firstly I thought you actually had 15 brothers and sisters, and then I realized actually everyone just calls themselves brothers and sisters, but it's a bunch of cousins as well. So I got to meet friends, uncles, aunts, and can I just say that, from all of our family, thank you so much to the Danani and wider family here. You guys have made us feel so welcome. It's been incredible. You're incredibly friendly, and thank you so much. And clearly, you have raised a marvelous young lady in the form of Heena. So if we can maybe give her a applause, I'll probably just ask you to do lots of applause. So when I went round a number of these people, I said, okay, so I need to get to know Heena a little bit better because everything Tahir says is super positive, right? Because that's obviously what he's going to say. And I was quite impressed that 95% of comments were super positive. I will leave the 5% out of what I'm about to say, but I'm open to bribes afterwards if anyone wants to know them. or what do we say in Swahili? Is it magendo? Is that right? I don't, if that's something along these lines. Anyhow, so as you probably know, Tahir, the bride is the main event, and you are simply an accessory, right? So on this, whilst my mic is intimately cutting out, I will just mention a few of what was said about Heena by her friends and family, and then finish with what Tahir said about you, Heena. Unanimously, or mostly, she lifts up everybody's mood, is what her family said. She is the super glue in the family. Everyone knows when she's around. She doesn't do things in halves, and I think we have an example of that from one of your university friends. I won't say one, but there's only two. Well, two that are here. I hope there's more than two that are around. And that is, if I bring up the WhatsApp here. Okay, so when I said she doesn't do things in halves, she stood for education officer at her student union elections. I think this was 2011, is that right? Wow, 11 years ago, great memories. And she dressed up as a cat whilst campaigning using the name Heena Meow Danani. So thank you for that. But as I said, I think everything that has been said about you, Heena, is simply that you are a bundle of happiness, togetherness, and such positively spirited. And I think, honestly, Tahir could not in a million years have chosen a better partner than you, and vice versa, by the way. He has a heart of gold. I asked him the question. I said, what was the quality you had that was immediately attractive to him? And his answer was honesty. And then I said, what is the value, her quality, that you find now, just the one that bowls you over, the one that you place most emphasis on? And he said, wow, that's a tough one. She's got so many. And I said, no, but you've got to choose one. You've got to choose one, Tahir. And she said her boldness, which I think speaks volumes as well. So with that said, I'd probably finish up for now. Again, massive congratulations to you both. Wonderful marriage made in heaven. And I guess I've got one piece of advice then for you, Tahir, as I scroll through my variety of different paraphernalia here, and that is as follows, which is, remember this, a good wife always forgives her husband when she is wrong. All right? Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Maybe over to you, Fatma.
Thank you, Shiraz, and a huge round of applause for our entertaining MC for tonight, who didn't burst out in tears. Normally, this is the part where I would say that, one person is more lucky than the other, and now you have to bear each other. But the truth is, it's so obvious that Heena and Tahir are equally lucky to have found each other, because we all know that they'll walk together, hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, and face this new adventure together. Tahir, thank you for making my sister smile like never before. Thank you for making her eyes shine, and thank you for making the magic real. I know you've heard this before, because I have said it at your civil ceremony, but because you got married today, I'll read it again. Tahir and Heena, I hope you find God in each other's love and strength in each other's arms. I hope you find warmth in embrace and spirit in your hearts. I hope you treasure each other's words, for they will be the most meaningful gifts you can give to one another. I hope that you will let Vancouver's winters and Dar summers balance each other out. I hope that you will make life an adventure for each other. I hope you will remember to say please, sorry, and thank you as easily as you say I love you. I hope that you will find magic in the ordinary days and gratefulness in those that are extraordinary. Heena and Tahir, when the choices are hard, choose each other. Live boldly and love deeply. And even when you think you have nothing else, remember that despite everything, you will always have each other. I love you both so much. And as we close, obviously, it always takes a village to put something like this together. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to To all the family, friends, guests who have traveled from abroad and who have come today together to make this such a special event for Tahir and Heena. Thank you all so much, and we've come to the end of our program. Okay, there's refreshments being served outside, and we'll be taking some family photos. You're free to mingle and congratulate one another. Thanks.
And we've been given a specific list, I think, so we will call people up for photos and in chronology. Thank you very much.
كما عشت والشوق بأهوى حبيب النبي مذ كنت طفلا صبي قلبي وروحي فداك كما عشت والشوق بأهوى حبيب النبي مذ كنت طفلا صبي قلبي وروحي فداك بالغ العلا بكمالي كشف الدجى بجمالي حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله.
Hello. Can I please ask the Rajbar family to be ready for a photo next? Thank you.
هو سيدي المصطفى هو قدوتي وكفى هو من غدا ذكره لحنا بكل الشفا هو سيدي المصطفى هو قدوتي وكفى هو من غدا ذكره لحنا بكل الشفا بالغ العلا بكمالي كشف الدجى بجمالي حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله. لو مر في مسمع طه جرت أدمعي وانفاض شوقي له وحل في أضلعي لو مر في مسمع طه جرت أدمعي وفاض شوقي له وحل في أضلعي ملأت قلبي فداك وأنرت دربي هدى وكنت لي سيدي نورا أضاء المدى نورا أضاء المدى بالغ العلا بكمالي كشف الدجى بجمالي حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله. بالغ العلا بكمالي كشف الدجى بجمالي حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله.
What do you see? Tell me, what do you taste? Tell me, what do you hear when I whisper your name? You see through my eyes and turn me away. In madness you'd spiral if I did the same. Ooh, my love, I'm waiting. Ooh, my love, I'm calling. Ooh, my love, I'm yearning. I shine Shadowless, though you don't see me. Shadowless, bright as I can be. Shadowless, though you don't see me. I shine, but you're shadowless, though you don't see me. Shadowless, bright as I can be. Shadowless, though you don't see me. I shine, but you're shadowless. Memories you took, like grapes of the vine. It's citrus and sweetness with you all the time. You taste